The Model Patriot here. So I'm just down the road from Massaponax, Virginia, in Orange County, and so word on the street is there's been a fracas down there in Massaponax, and a little bit of rough and tumble action. Some would say a little overzealous. And I'm going to read an article from you from NPR, National Public Radio. Felony arrest of students who bought water riles many in Virginia. We're the police. This is bottled water. If an encounter between several young women in Virginia Department of Alcohol Beverage Control agents had gone that smoothly, the participants might be looking back on a chance encounter as merely odd, perhaps even funny. Instead, they're coping with the aftermath of a brief flight from authorities that resulted in spending a night in jail and felony charges. Now dropped off of hitting, and now, of course, the charges are now dropped, of hitting the agents with a car. The state agency says it's reviewing the case. The April 11th incident rose to prominence last week after news spread that a University of Virginia student had been arrested by plainclothes ABC agents who tried to detain her and two fellow members of a sorority after they bought supplies for a charity event to benefit the Alzheimer's Association. Their purchase made at Harris Teeter grocery store around 10 p.m. that night included, oh my gosh, a box of LaCroix bottled water, cookie dough, and ice cream, reports the Daily Progress of Charlottesville, Virginia. Last week, prosecutors declined to pursue a felony charge against Elizabeth Daly, who was 20, and she began to tell her side of the story publicly as she told her story. They were showing unidentifiable badges, quote, after they approached us, but we became frightened as they were not in anything close to a uniform. Daly, who was driving that night, told the Progress last week. I couldn't put my window down unless I started my car. And when I started my car, they began yelling not to move the car, not to start the car. They began to try to break my windows. My roommates and I were terrified, Daly stated. As the story has gained attention, the Virginia ABC says it's conducting a second review of the incident after an earlier review of the agent's actions found no problem. Now that's interesting. So that was some girls buying water, pretty much living the life of the American dream. But it gets better. So let's go back in time to a 20-year-old in Charlottesville. The state is investigating whether excessive force was used during the arrest of a 20-year-old black University of Virginia student after he attempted to enter a bar near the college Wednesday morning, officials said. Third-year student Martise Johnson was arrested by ABC control agents after he was rejected entry from a University Avenue bar, authorities said. The agents then approached Johnson and a determination was made to arrest him, during which time the arrested individual sustained injuries, according to the ABC agency, which is charged with enforcing alcohol laws in the state. That's Virginia. Cell phone video of the incident showed the student lying face down in the sidewalk with two agents detaining him as bystanders yell, "His head is bleeding." From another angle, he is shown with his face bloodied shouting, "I go to UVA, and then you effing racist." So you can see he was upset. He was charged with public intoxication and obstruction of justice. ABC officials said in a statement they would not comment on the case beyond details of the arrest. The individual received treatment for his injuries at a local hospital and was released, according to the statement. UVA President for Diversity and Equity, Marcus L. Martin, and Dean of African American Affairs, Morris Apri, described the incident as a message to students and staff as appalling and said the student's head was slammed into the hard pavement with excessive force. You might have seen that clip of that arrest photo that I put on the opener for this video. So it's kind of interesting right now. I think the word on the street is, where are you, Governor Youngkin? You were elected. You were elected to represent the citizens of Orange. And it seems to me like within the framework of what your promises were made, we're kind of sitting here wondering, where's the beef? Motley Patriot, we'll keep you abreast of that, and there's plenty of conversation about what happened with excessive force in Spotsylvania County, and there's plenty of videos online. But I think as the citizenry of Virginia, it's time for us to ask, who's being served by these kind of heavy-handed actions? And at some point in time, when you look back at what was enacted under the previous governor, still holding water with the governor that was elected to change the policies of the previous governor, Governor Youngkin, where's the beef? Molly Patriot bringing you sad news in front of, oh no, it's the ABC store. Run, Forrest, run.